Hello, everyone. Welcome to Bossed Up Radio Show. This is your hostess with the mostest, Sister Janae. All right, I got some guests with me tonight. We are excited to talk with you tonight and share with you the things that we are new adventure that I'm on. Y'all know I do the most, but this time this time we have a whole family. We have a whole family that we're introducing to the world. This is the BossMan JMulla family group. This is like a collaborative of people that are fighting for the oppression of our people. We're all the way from Alabama to Washington D.C. to Angola and all over the world, baby. This is worldwide right here. Okay. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you part of the boss man family. And we're gonna be doing a lot of boss things because we make boss moves around here. So I think that's what attracted him to the podcast anyway. The fact that I call my podcast the Bossed Up Radio Show, and that's the name of the family, BossMan JMulla family, and this is what we're talking about today. And I just want you ladies to introduce yourselves. Let's start off with Miss Queen D. Are you in the building, Miss Queen D? You gotta unmute your mic. Okay. There you go.
I am.
All right.
Hey
Welcome to the
everyone,
stage.
how are y'all?
Good.
I'm so excited to be here.
Yes. Welcome. And this is gonna be a series event, Miss Queen D. So we can just take it easy. This girl talk right now. We're gonna stick to the script though. Remember, we got y'all talk about that, but what I said. So basically, look, and I'm in my room. I'm not even at my desk. I'm calm. I'm, sitting down, chilling, relaxing, get comfortable. We know you just getting off work, Queen D. So just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit
I
about
am.
you first, okay?
Okay, yeah, like I am getting off work. What's up, y'all? I'm Queen D. I am the wife of Jovon Gaston, Bossman JMulla, and this is our family. Like we have composed so many different avenues and people together. Where'd you go? Okay. And
Yeah,
we just come together fighting for the rights of people and just being loving and caring.
right. That's right. And we also have with us Sister Deborah Pope, the assistant to the Boss Man family. You introduce yourself, Miss Deborah.
Hi, everyone. My name is Deborah Pope. I always say POPE like the Pope in Rome. And I am our organization actually acts as the administrative branch for Boss Man Family. We're out of Las Vegas, Nevada, and we are committed to making an impact in the BIPOC community.
Absolutely.
All right. Now just give us a background, Miss Queen D, of what's going on because they know me, but they don't know you. So what do you do for a living right now? What are you doing? Just you know. Tell us about a little bit more about yourself in depth. You more than just a
Okay.
wife, so
I am okay. I am more than just a wife. I'm a CEO. I am an advocate.
yes.
Um, BossMan family, Jovon's unified community
Mm,
is one of the biggest underground human rights society. We are all about human rights. We have a youth program in Mississippi. We feed our communities in Las Vegas, in Mississippi, and Alabama, in Texas, in Georgia. We touch a lot of people. We
Mhm.
know the importance of feeding the youth knowledge and saving our kids
Mhm.
because what we learned with Jovon being incarcerated,
mm,
our kids get incarcerated very young. And
Mhm.
so it is all about giving to the community, being a source, a resource for our kids to not have to be incarcerated.
Mhm.
right.
So we do so many different things. We do toy drives, we do back to school giveaways, we do
Go ahead. Um,
I'm back. People are
mm,
disrespectful. Don't call me.
right, I know. I'm sick.
Both my phones blowing up, man. Don't call me. I'm busy.
Right.
But I'm a mental health therapist. I'm all that, all of it.
All right. That's why you the queen D. I know that's
Amen.
right.
Okay, Queen.
All right. So, Miss Deborah, what do you do for a living outside of Boss Man
I
family?
am actually the president and CEO of a nonprofit organization called Primary Group. We're out of Las Vegas, Nevada. And
Mm-hmm.
our specialty is actually building microeconomic systems, specifically in BIPOC, disenfranchised, and rural communities. So we work with individuals and organizations across the country to make sure that they're in compliance and to kind of be that administrative back office arm for the projects that they need, for the vision that they have. A lot of our organizations may not have the actual structure that's needed to pull in money. And so we partner with other organizations so that we become that arm that they need. So we both can move to the next level. Right now, we're getting ready to release our first yay system, targeted microeconomic system. We're doing a beta testing. We will be launching the beta testing sometime in the next 14 days. And it's going to be powerful. I'm very excited to partner with BossMan and his whole organization. We're part of the family, and I'm loving what we're about to do.
I know. I
Right.
cannot wait for y'all to see what we have up our sleeve. I cannot
Okay.
wait.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm just excited to be a part of this. And I thank you all for allowing my platform to be the one that you use in order to get this message to the world because this is not just about us, it's about all of us. This is an
Mhm.
all inclusive thing. You know, we got people on the inside and we got people
Mhm.
behind the wall that need our support. And
Right.
they, it's just I'm just amazed that he's able to do everything that he is doing from that position,
Mhm.
because I
Mhm.
was like, well, I had no clue, that
It
it was
takes a
that,
lot of time, it takes a lot of planning, and it takes a lot of support. And
Mhm.
that's what we do. That's why it's a family because it doesn't take just one person. We have to
Right.
move as a cohesive unit in order to
Mhm.
get things done. That's why each
mm,
person has a specific role and a specific job duty for the wheels to
mm,
turn very smoothly. Like I'm very proud of him and I want to say this. I am super grateful that the universe put us in position to be able to co-partner with you because this is
Absolutely.
something that we've all been able to do separately, but now that we're together,
mm,
it's going to
Mhm.
be able to do what it needs to do the way we want it to do. Because it does take
Mhm.
a village. It takes a village to free our kids. It takes a
Yep.
village to raise our kids. It takes a village to do anything. We cannot do anything by ourselves. We are more
Mhm.
powerful together. So I want to thank you for allowing Miss Deborah and I to be on your platform.
Thank you.
And I want to
Thank
thank
you.
you for being a part of Jovon's Unified Community and Boss Man family. I am very, very appreciative, and I just really want you to know that, like, for real. Like,
Oh,
I appreciate you.
And so I
no.
want to say that too. We need people exactly like you that have a platform that can reach all across the globe and that's willing to allow us on that platform to spread the word and spread the message.
My
Right
bad,
now,
y'all.
it's about unity. We have to unify.
Right. We have to unify and we gotta learn how to stop thinking we can do it all. None of us
Mhm.
can do it all. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? We just got to do our part. And I feel
Mhm.
like, with this platform, I'm doing my part. I do a lot of other stuff, but this is my part that I'm doing wholeheartedly. I'm not doing it half-assed. I'm paying attention to what needs to be done in our community. Like we have so many brothers and sisters behind the wall whose stories are not being told, and they're sitting there and they don't have a family support, they don't have community support, and they trying to tell people, look, hey, I didn't do this. I'm not, or things it wasn't like that, or something happened, you was framed or whatever. It's so many people that are like that. Like the guy I had on last night, just the introductory, just him mentioning his name, he was cut off because they know the background of him.
Mhm.
He has a background story as well as why he's incarcerated. You know what they did to him. But if we don't come forward and tell people that these people are sitting in prison and they wrongfully convicted, they're innocent, they haven't done anything, they got people out here that can prove their innocence, and nobody's saying anything, nobody's advocating for them, they're not really trying to help them get out of
Mhm.
prison or even bring attention to their cases. And they
Mhm.
will just sit in jail and rot.
Mhm.
So
So
that's.
that's very popular. I'm going to say
Mhm.
that, especially dealing with the southern states. That's very,
Mhm.
very popular. I can tell you there's over thousands of people that are sitting in these prisons now that are extremely innocent, but they had to put it on somebody. There are many people that are being executed and they are innocent. You have people who write confessional letters with their co-defendants and like their co-defendant didn't have nothing to do with it, but they still are being executed. Jovon, for example.
Mhm.
There's a lot of people that are so just defeated that they're afraid to even speak on it because they feel like nothing's going to happen, nothing's going to change. I'm just another body. And
Right.
that is why we are so needed. And that's why I tell people it's power in numbers. We
That's
have
right.
to come together. You cannot fight this system, you cannot fight the system by yourself, because
Right.
the goal is not to tear down the system, it is to fix it and organize it to make it work. Because
Right.
Right.
some people, for example, some people go to prison when they're 16 years old with a life sentence, and then they're 33 years old and they're rehabilitated. They have learned right from wrong. They have learned why they made that mistake, why that decision that they made was incorrect, why it was wrong. But you're not giving them the opportunity to come back into
Mhm.
society and to be a viable person. You are just allowing them to sit in four corners and go stir crazy. Like,
Mhm.
prison is
Mhm.
basically designed to make you go crazy, to make you go nuts, to make you just sit there and just go crazy. And
Mhm.
fight each other. You fighting each other.
Right.
You fight your brother. You fight your sister. Because why? Because it's a game that they play. They play you against each other to see who's gonna win, who's gonna stand the
Mhm.
longest. But y'all need to be getting the knowledge and the education to get up out of there, because a lot
Mhm.
of people do not know the law, and I feel like that. And that's gonna be one of our sessions, our segments, is
Mhm.
learning the law, because so many people do not know the law. You do not know your rights. And
That's
that's
right.
how we get hemmed up, especially as a black community. We get hemmed up because we don't know the law.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right.
Mhm.
So, basically, and that's what we're talking about. So I have the picture of Jovon showing. This is who we're talking about. This is boss man JMulla. His name is Jovon Gaston. And no, Miss Deborah,
Mhm.
how did you come? Do you come into play with the boss man family? Like
Well,
your job.
let me ask Devereaux a quick question because Devereaux, we've been doing a lot of stuff. Did I contact you or did you contact me? Do you
I
remember?
don't know. I don't know. So
I can't tell you. I just believe that the creator put us together. I think we were online somewhere
Mhm.
together, or she was online doing something, and I said something to her or whatever. I don't know. But literally, since the day that happened, we have been in communication. We've been working together. We've been talking and
Mhm.
building a collaborative coalition of people that are going to impact this country from an economic as well as a social standpoint.
Definitely, definitely.
Mhm.
So, in sticking to our script, okay, we want to ask the question. Can I get your input on the prison pipeline? Like, how do you guys feel about? That's what we're talking about now. Just
Right.
putting our input on it. Now, I've worked with several other people that are implementing programs to make aware. Like we're all aware, there's not a black person in America that don't have a relative in prison.
That's true.
Okay. But
Mhm.
what we want to do is stop the school to prison pipeline.
Mhm.
but do
So
you know what you just said? Did you hear what you just said? Did
yeah,
you just hear what you said? Every
absolutely.
black person on planet Earth, every black person has
Mhm.
one or more incarcerated loved ones.
That's
Mhm.
right.
They have one or more incarcerated loved ones, and they have been in there since they were children. Let's
Right.
really
Mhm.
call it what it is. Our loved ones have been in there since they were between the ages of 16 and
Mhm.
22. Jovan has been in
Mhm.
prison since he was 21 years old.
Oh my goodness.
Since he
Wow.
was 21. People
Mhm.
are in prison since they were kids. Yes, you go to
Mhm.
juvie because you're disorderly and things like that. But when something happens because you're trying to survive, they want to put you with some adults instead of teaching you why you don't need to be in survival mode. Help me
That's good.
understand why I don't have to survive. Teach me not to survive. Teach me how to thrive. When people
Mhm.
are put in positions where all they can do is survive, that's when crimes happen. That's when
That's right.
ridiculousness happens because you are surviving. You don't even know how to live. At 16
Mhm.
years old, you out there on the streets trying to figure it out because your mama working too many jobs, because she can't support you, because the jobs ain't paying nothing. Like, let's really talk about it. The fact of the
Right.
matter is, it is hard to live in America because they make it difficult for us.
That's right.
So we try to find things on our own, and as we're finding things on our own, they may not be right or wrong. They might be right, they may be wrong. They might be right at that time, but they might really be a wrong thing. Or they might be wrong
Mhm.
at that time, but it's really the right thing. But you don't have the the mentorship or the
Yeah.
understanding
The
of
guidance.
why
Mhm.
this is wrong or how to get yourself out of a financial situation. Because when people get in debt, the first thing they think of, let me scam somebody, let me steal from somebody, let me take,
Mhm.
take, 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 instead of let me write out how I can do this way, how I can do this
Mhm.
that way, trial and error. And then when people have the error, instead of realizing that's part of your success, they feel like that's a failure and they get put back to square one. Like, okay, now I gotta sell dope. Now I gotta rob and kill to get higher than the next person. When if you had the tools and the structure of knowing how to make money and make residual income. Nobody taught me about the stock market until I was 25 years old.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Nobody taught me about the life insurance until I was 28 years old. Like,
Mhm.
these are tools that our community know nothing about. So we are
Mhm.
just surviving. And as you survive, you get in trouble. And then you're a target. Oh, there go little Johnny over there.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
That's correct, and that's what
Oh,
that's the problem with this school to prison pipeline that nobody is addressing.
Mhm.
They are like I have a teenager. and she is so burnt out. This is her last year. She's a senior. She's like, Mom, I am not going to college. I'm not going. I'm tired. She said, I'm tired of science. I'm tired of math. I'm tired of the stuff that they made us learn that we can't use.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and she don't even know how to fill out an application. You know what I'm saying? They don't know.
Mm-hmm.
They're not educating our children the way that they should for survival. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? They giving them
Mm-hmm.
busy work and they confusing them. And then when they get in the real world and it's not like going to school every day, they don't know what to do and they panic. They either turn to the streets,
Mm-hmm.
or drugs or something else. There's not a lot of options for underprivileged, and like you say, Sister Deborah, areas, that are disenfranchised.
Mm-hmm.
Like there ain't no lawyers walking around down in the middle of Alabama. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It ain't
Right.
no lawyers where I'm from in South Carolina. Like you don't see those people every day unless you
Mm-hmm.
need them, unless you're getting in
Right.
trouble. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So what we want to do and what we are doing with the Boss Man family, which y'all can, we can piggyback and implement things in the community to bring that awareness
Mm-hmm.
our communities that we need black lawyers, we need
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
black advocates and social workers and things like that that come from our communities.
That's right.
Because the people that represent us don't represent us.
That's
They
right.
don't have no vested interest in us. So
Mm-hmm.
they don't give a damn if they lock you away for the rest of your life. They don't
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. You
know if
either
you're
have
a person, that you got kids out here, that you got a family. They don't care about those things.
you, you have either people who are overwhelmed if they're public defenders because they have 3, 4, 5 times the caseload, or you have people just like you
Mhm.
said, they really don't give a doggone. It's a job
That's
for them, and
right.
they get their little dollar bills and they go home and they turn it off. They shut it off. They don't
That's
care.
right. And
You
and
know.
and anybody that's ever had to be in front of a judge or a court system, they do stuff and they conversate with each other, and it's just another day at the office for them.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
you talking about somebody's life on the line. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not putting none of that into consideration. I
Mm-hmm.
should say,
But
I mean, it's heartbreaking because I done been through this with my son. I done been
mm-hmm.
through this with a ex-husband of mine and stuff like that. And it's just like, you just gonna keep them away. You just gonna hold them. You're not gonna really look into the evidence. You're not gonna examine the case. You're not gonna say if somebody said I'm innocent, why you not putting that person on the stand?
Mm-hmm.
Why you not doing,
Mm-hmm. But they
that?
don't really care. The
They
ones they don't care, and that's why it's a responsibility of us to start building the micro systems that we talk about. uh
mm,
Boss Man, and JUC, they have such an awesome program, an awesome family where they try to connect with every step of the way with kids in the community all the way up. And it's
mm,
very important. The school to prison pipeline, there's 3 specific things that they have done with the school to prison pipeline to ensure
mm,
our kids stay in the system. Is they have that strict no tolerance policy. So
mm,
they implemented that policy inside our schools, and it doesn't make a difference what a child does, even if there's extenuating circumstances. They send them to juvenile court. And so
right.
what happens is 70% of the kids that go to juvenile detention end up in adult detention, because all they're doing is being conditioned how to be a criminal. That's what they're being trained and
Crazy.
conditioned to do. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
so that's where their chance in society kind of starts slipping away. They build prisons based on the 4th grade test scores for 4th graders and 5th graders in our school. That's
Right.
how they determine funding for private prisons.
Absolutely. Now let me expand on that because when my son was in the 3rd grade, and when we lived in Atlanta, and I was with my first husband,
Mhm.
and he was getting in trouble, and I was like, "What's wrong, Roger?" I'm like, I'm talking to him. I'm working. Yeah, I'm at work. Things was a little wishy washy or whatever. But the teacher told me, she said, "Listen, if you don't stop him now, this is what's going to happen to him. She said they are building prisons according to the test scores
That's
of
right.
third grade black males.
That's right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Not the fourth or the fifth grade, by
Mm-hmm.
the third grade. So that
Mm-hmm.
how old are you when you in the third grade? 8, 9?
Something like that.
Something like that, 9, 10 years old or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
By the time you 10 years old, they know if you're gonna make it or not.
Mm-hmm.
And they're
But
building prisons according to if you make it at this rate, you gonna end up right here and we're gonna have somewhere for you to come.
That's right. And so you have to understand that they've designed the system. This is a whole system that we find ourselves caught in. You know what I
Right.
mean? And it
Mhm.
was not designed for our participation. It
Mhm.
was never meant for us to fully have participation in this system. And so we've been trying to fit in where, get in where we fit in this system. That's why it's so important for us to start building microeconomic systems. You said it perfectly when you said we're not here to tear down. We're not trying to tear down anybody else's institution. What we're doing is we're building up systems that we can take advantage of,
Right.
systems that we can follow to ensure that our children are not fed into that school to prison pipeline. We have control over that. We have the power to do that. It's called unity. And so we have to unify and then use that collective power that we possess, both economically as well as socially, and leverage that power to build resources for our community to stop that school to prison pipeline.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm glad that we are talking about this tonight because look at what's going on in the news today. We just had this guy come and shoot 20 something, 50 something people up there in Maine.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't really just follow the stories that everybody else follow, but every time the narrative comes down to one of them, and we're gonna take it there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's got mental health issues.
Yeah, of course.
What about all of our black men that have been
Mm-hmm.
traumatized by life? They
Put them
hurt.
away. Put them away. That's what they say.
They put them away.
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
I'm back.
Okay. Yeah, them. You know what I'm saying? They throw them away. They lock them up and they throw away the key, and then you just a bad individual.
Mm-hmm.
No,
So let's
never. You got mental health issues. We talking about like what's going on with the guy up there in Maine that just killed all these people.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's the first thing they say when it's one of them. He got
Mm-hmm.
mental health issues. What about the psychological trauma and damage that black men face every day?
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, let's talk about
Hey,
that
yeah.
because when a white person has a military episode, when they have PTSD episodes and they go off and killing people, it's mental health. When a
Right.
Yeah.
black person has a PTSD episode, it's murder.
Mm-hmm.
Because
A
I
murderer.
find that very popular also. There's a lot of people that are incarcerated that are veterans. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people that celebrate Veterans Day that are incarcerated for
Mm-hmm.
life on death row. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? Life without sentence 25 to life. But the white man is not sentenced that long, and they have the same PTSD, the same
Mm-hmm.
triggers, have created committed the same crimes.
Okay, so Ochingo Network says explain the microeconomic systems you building, please. So anyone of you can answer that? What
Yeah, I'll
building?
answer that. I'll be happy to answer that. So
Mhm.
what we're doing, we're into our beta stage. We're doing a live beta, which we'll call it like a prototype of the system. And so there's one system in the United States right now. You have to understand that the huge system that we have no participation in, we have no control over. So what we're doing is we're going from community to community, and we're first in phase one, unifying the community. If we don't have unity, that's the end of it. You can't do anything without unity. So because the BIPOC community in and of itself has a net worth of about $5 trillion, every year we spend that, but it goes out of our community. We don't have any constructs in our
Mhm.
community to harness that money, make sure it stays in our community, leverage, and then start building things for mental health, start building things for hospitals, start building jobs, gig market opportunities, those types of things. So the first thing that we do is we set up prototypes in a community. It's goal oriented. It's on a digital platform. And so what we do is we set up goals for individual people in the community, both socially as well as economically, to expand the network of the national task force. And once we do that, then we sit down and we set up steering committees inside the community. And then we decide specifically the people that are in the community, which particular business modules. Right now we have 21 different business modules that are specific to the needs of the BIPOC community. And through this local steering committee, we get together and we decide which of those business modules are going to be very, very important. We organize it in the most important to the least important. And then we go to work, building the systems on the platform.
All right. You got that, Ochingo Network. Thank you. And I'm gonna just get some questions out, out from you guys later on. From the audience too, and just highlight them so we can go on with this. So this is just an introductory show. We want to make sure that we keep expressing that this is going to be a series. We're going to try to do this on Thursday nights, same time, when everybody's available. And Oching Network said that she's very interested in learning about that. So, and excited.
I see. All right.
And
That's wonderful.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wonderful.
That's why we're doing this, so we can bring attention to the programs. If you don't know, I am a part of the Black Panther Party here in Washington, D.C. And the number one thing that the Panthers had was programs.
Yep.
They had service to the people programs. It wasn't just walking around screaming Black Power and, taking pictures and all that stuff. Constructs. They had a shoe factory. They had an ambulance service. They had a keeping our seniors safe program. I mean, it's over 88 different programs that this party had.
Right.
In place, even the WIC program, which they called it WIC, but they got it from the Black Panther Party because we were feeding ourselves, going around, feeding ourselves and bringing those things into our communities where we didn't need. Like my friends and my mentors are all Panthers, okay, and they was like they embarrassed the United States government. Because they were doing better taking care of us than they were. People was living in poverty. What did they have after slavery? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? And for how many years did not have nothing?
Right.
So somebody had to build something sustainable for the people, and we had to protect our people as well. So that's what the party was formulated for, and it wasn't just to protect just Black people. It was protect brown people. You know what I'm saying? Protect them people. If you got a right to protect your people, we have a right to protect and feed our people.
That's right.
Stop waiting for somebody else to do it. Nobody's going to fix us but us.
That's right.
And we the only ones that can, So
we have to find the courage in our community because we all have been conditioned. The other counterparts have been conditioned that they are superior. So they actually believe that. And in my opinion, that's a mental illness because you're working from a disadvantage to believe that you're better than someone else. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
Just because of a color. So that's a disadvantage to them. But on the other hand, everybody looks at our communities as victims. And I'm not saying that we're not victims because we have been victims of a lot of things. But what I'm saying is we have to move beyond that and into being victorious. We have the power to do this. We have the number and we have the resources. The only thing that our community does not have is a unity network, a network or a system that would ensure that we benefit from the dollars that we spend. We benefit from the volunteerism that we do, that we specifically benefit. And it's called social economic engineering. They've been doing it to us since we've been here. Well, of course, some of us were already here, but they've been doing that to us from a community standpoint, from slavery all the way up. They've been social engineering our life.
Right.
And it's time for us to start engineering our life. The only way that we can do that is unifying, because unity gives us the power. And that's what they're scared of, that we unify.
You said we have the resources, and we do.
Yes, we do.
people lack the knowledge of knowing that they have people with the resources. Here's
Right.
the three of us have a lot of resources that nobody else knows that we have.
That's right.
Mhm.
We are telling people, but we're not having the right amount of people to tell.
That's
We're
right.
Right.
discussing it between the three of us or the 10 of us. We're discussing it through the family because they want to hear. But then we have people, strangers that we come into contact with every day. I work a normal job and then I have this. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Mhm.
They don't want to hear what I have to say. They don't care what I have to say.
They just
But
want to come and
oh,
clock in, right?
Right.
you don't even know that you're talking to a network.
Right.
Hmm.
I
Mhm.
am
And
a
so,
network. You are a network. We are
Mhm.
networks. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
right.
You don't even know who you sit next to. And
That's
that's
right.
the
Mhm.
thing. You have no idea who has the knowledge that you need.
Hmm.
Right.
That you
So
need to
the
go to level up. We can all
Mhm.
level up together. But you just so standoffish because you lack the knowledge of knowing how to level up. But if I'm telling you and I'm teaching you, let me teach you.
hmm
Help one,
Mhm.
teach one. Let
hmm
me teach
Right.
you
Each
how to
one.
level up.
each one reach one, teach one. Hmm.
Let
Mhm.
me teach you how to level up.
Hmm.
Right.
Because if you're not
You
leveling up, you're stagnant. You're right where they want you to be. They don't want
Mhm.
you to grow. They don't want us to grow.
hmm
Right.
But you
That's
know
why
what?
they separate us. If you really think about slavery in the prison system, they took the men from the women.
Hmm.
Okay? So they're
Right.
taking our mothers and our fathers from these kids. So the kids
Hmm.
are living with the grandmama who's old. No
And
offense to
Mhm.
tired.
anybody, grandmama, but you know they old and tired. They
Right.
don't raise their kids up.
Right.
They don't raise their kids up.
Hmm.
So the system of the prison is a $1 billion industry because it is legal slavery.
It
I'm
is
That's
legal.
exactly what it
I'm
is.
going to take the mother from this situation because
Hmm.
I feel like women incarceration is not spoken about as much as men,
Hmm.
Right.
but they
But it's the
take the
fastest growing category. You
it
know,
is.
women is the fastest growing category of being
Yes,
incarcerated.
but people don't know
Mhm.
that.
Right.
People don't know
But
that.
because
If
of
you
lack
think
of
about it,
knowledge, my
they are
people
getting
perish.
raped. These women are
That's
getting raped
right.
and becoming mothers while incarcerated by
Yep.
guards.
Mhm.
They are treated like they were when we were slaves. When we
Yep.
were slaves, the guards were able to touch us and manipulate us and do whatever they wanted
Mhm.
to us because we were not important. But and
Mhm.
they wanted us to bear their kids, but then they would snatch them from us.
Yep.
Right.
You're right on
Exactly.
point.
And
Yeah,
Ochingo Network said maybe we should start a town hall challenge. They
That's
love
exactly what's a part of the system that we're releasing
absolutely.
in the 14 days as a community challenge. He's right on point.
it's right. Very much so. It's
Right
always
on
a
point.
challenge. Let's challenge each other
Yes.
to implement. And that's what my thing is. Anytime I have a speaking engagement, I engage the audience and say, it's not about what I'm doing. What are you doing? What
That's
are
right.
we
We
doing?
doing
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? What are we doing, and how can we do it together more effectively
Mhm.
to, ratify what's going on in our communities? Because they not
Mhm.
going like they said, when you invite them white folks, and I'm gonna be frank, because I'm in Washington D.C., to come in your neighborhood and look around and try to fix it. They
Mm-mm.
figure out, okay, y'all don't want to clean up the streets. Okay, we're gonna come here and clean it up, but you can't. We're gonna clean it up for us.
Mhm.
yeah.
We're gonna make it for us. We're
Mhm.
not gonna make it for you. We're not gonna make it comfortable for you. We ain't gonna make it easy for you. We're gonna come
Mhm.
in. We're gonna get the raise the rent. Then you ain't even gonna be able to afford where you live no more.
Regentrification. Yep.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's nothing but gentrification,
That's right.
and it's everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I live in the nation's capital. It's so sad. Living in DC is like living in a third world country, y'all. I'm not
But
playing.
that's everywhere. When you go into minority communities, everywhere in this country, you see the same thing. It's
Yes.
ridiculous.
And the
It's
fun
like living in a third
boys,
world country because it's you got the
Mhm.
extreme poverty and you have extreme wealth
Uh-huh.
on
And
one
they're
side
right
of
across
the
the
town to the
street from
next.
each other. You know,
Right
where
across
you
the
can reach
it's
out and
only
touch them.
11 miles wide. You could walk across DC in a
Thank
day.
you.
You know
Thank
what I'm
you.
saying? You could walk from one side to from southeast to northwest in a couple minutes. But it's what they call it, the ratio gap, the wealth
Mhm.
gap is
The wealth
so
gap.
great and it's so wide and it's an extreme. There's
Mhm.
no in between anymore. There is no middle class.
It's not.
You know
It's
what
it's
I'm saying?
erasing.
You're extremely wealthy or you extremely poor,
That's
and
right.
that's
But they
it.
want it like that.
Yeah.
Classism was in existence long before racism. Racism
Mhm.
started in the 1700s. Before that, it didn't even exist. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It was classism. Whether you had money, the haves and the have-nots. That's why you're dealing with the same thing. The GOP are the haves, and then you have the have-nots. The Democrats cater to or work with people that are maybe less fortunate. You know what I mean? Or disenfranchised. It's the same concept. It's the same construct that they have. They just keep reinventing it and
Mhm.
then using it on us. That's why it's so important for us to unify in our community. Devereaux hit the nail on the head when she's talking about elevating people and people doing better than what they are doing currently. You have to identify those who are ready to move forward. And the way we do that is through target marketing. And I wanted to get that in when you said it, Devereaux, because you were right on point. We have to target market, honey. Break it down. So we're targeting the people
Mhm.
that want to do something, the people that are sick and
Mhm.
tired of seeing our kids murdered, seeing our kids fed into a
Absolutely.
machine like sausage, and we can predict. We don't have to be a prophet to
Mhm.
predict what's going to happen to this child when this child is put into this system. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
you hit it on the head, nail on the head. We are
Yes,
target marketing those who are leaders, target marketing those who want to be leaders. If you have a heart for our people and our community, if you have a heart for the kids that are being shuffled into the school to prison pipeline, then you will get involved with BossMan. And
that's
it's
right. You will get
that's right.
involved. And this,
You will get involved, absolutely,
That's right.
because that also helps with our children that get in the foster system, because
Right.
there are not a lot of black families. Do you hear what I'm saying? When you
mhm.
look, you see these celebrities getting these black kids. They white,
Mhm.
so they don't know anything about their culture because
Mhm.
we're criminals. We
Mhm.
don't have the education to be foster parents. Do you know that becoming a foster parent is easy? You have to, and the classes are free. Let me say that. To
Yeah,
become a foster parent, the classes are free.
Mhm.
right.
They are
It
free.
is.
You know how much free stuff is out here? There
Mhm.
are
Mhm.
It's
so
a
much
lot.
free stuff out here for us to
Mhm.
elevate ourselves, for
That's
us
right.
to be our own community, literally.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like, again,
Well.
that goes back to the lack of knowledge.
Mhm.
Right.
Anybody that has
Exactly.
sense, you have sense. Everybody has sense. But
Mhm.
if you really have it, you could be a foster parent. You could save these children. You can
Mhm.
do more. You can pour into somebody. And that's
Mhm.
the thing. Nobody pours into somebody else. You have to pour into somebody else. You
Right.
have to pour into somebody else.
Mhm.
You cannot always just be nitpicking, nitpicking, nitpicking. Hey,
Mhm.
teach me. Talk to
Mhm.
me. Don't talk
Mhm.
at me. Teach me.
Right.
Help me
Right.
understand. Help me identify my deficiencies. Help me
Mhm.
Mhm.
identify the things I'm doing wrong. And then if you
Mhm.
don't know how to help me find somebody that can help me.
Okay. Right.
Don't make me go back to the streets. Don't make me go back to the streets. Don't make me go back and survive. Help me
Mhm.
not have to
Because they're
survive
gonna
like that.
only teach you what they know in detriment. They're not gonna teach you
Yes.
what they know in, edification and economic stability and those things
But
like
that's
that, So
That's
what
why it's incumbent upon us to teach. Number one, we have to teach our history. We have to teach about unification because that's the very thing that they're scared of. If we educate our community, if we build the edifices that are going to benefit our community, then we don't have to worry about hidden agendas. Because every time they come in and say they want to do something for us, I'll be leery of that because what is the hidden agenda? They
mm,
keep reinventing ways to make money off of our bondage. And so we
right.
have to be clear about that. They just take it and change it for the times. It's this. What's the difference in the prison, the school to prison pipeline, or mass incarceration and the plantation in slavery? What's the difference?
It ain't no difference.
It
It's
They're
ain't,
still
legal
making money.
slavery.
it ain't
They're
no
making money off of every body, every physical
Mhm.
body that they have in that system. That's why they privatize the prison system so that they can continue to make money off of us and our children.
like, because
Exactly.
even the food, we were in
Right.
stock as slaves. They give them people, those people, they give them slops. They give them. Have y'all seen prison food? And then they give them ramen noodles with all the MSG. That is
Oh,
nothing but high blood pressure. They are
Right.
mhm,
poisoning our family. Like
yep.
the
Mhm.
diabetics can't even have a salad bar.
Hmm.
They don't even.
Uh-oh. Queen D.
There are so many things that are just similar to
Hey.
old day slavery and
Mhm.
modern day slavery, and
Absolutely.
it's right in front of our eyes, but ain't nobody acknowledging it.
That's right. That's
We
right.
Mhm.
have to acknowledge it. This is the problem. The problem is this: they just
I love you.
legalized.
I love you, Devereaux.
Yeah.
I'm
The
just
first
saying.
sentence, look, the first sentence on our on our presentation says that we have to be willing, find the courage to acknowledge the truth.
Yep.
Equality will not happen by accident.
No,
Absolutely. It
Okay,
won't be
we.
by
I'm gonna force it
accident.
at you. That's what we gonna do. We gonna force it up at you. I'm gonna
that's right.
educate you. I'm gonna
That's
love
right.
you. I'm gonna pour into you, and we gonna get it together.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. On point, Devereaux. On
That's
point.
what's gonna have
On
to
point.
happen. Because if I don't pour into you and teach you something that I know, and you don't teach me something that I don't know, I'm gonna be
Mhm,
stagnant. I don't want to be
mhm.
stagnant. I'm
That's
sick of
right.
working
Mhm.
for the white person. I want to work
Right.
for self. I want to be
Hmm.
able
Exactly.
to leave here tomorrow and my children be able to be self sufficient. I
That's right.
can't say
Absolutely.
that if I pass on tomorrow, then my children will be okay. Can you say
Mhm.
that? Not
No.
everybody can say that.
Mm-mm.
Right.
We
And
cannot
that's
even
my biggest
be
fear.
comfortable.
I honestly say that's my biggest fear. That's,
Because you can't even be comfortable in being like,
mm-mm.
okay, if I pass away, my children are gonna be set. No, you
Mm-mm.
can't even be
No,
comfortable with that. But that
not
white
at
Mm-mm.
man,
all.
they got all the money. Their kids are set up trust funds. Do you know that stocks and bonds will save your kids? Do you know that
Yep.
life insurance will help
Life
your
insurance,
children?
girl. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Those life insurance will help your kids in the future.
Yes.
But
That's
you don't know
right.
that. It's like a hidden
Hmm.
secret gem that they don't want nobody to know. They don't want
That's
you
right.
to know that.
Well,
You just
and not
think
on.
it's for the burial. Oh no. Oh
Hmm.
no, you could create a business out of a life insurance policy. You could do so much
Living
Absolutely.
benefits.
good.
That's
Like
right.
you just don't know that though. Because
Hmm.
that's not what
Mhm.
they're teaching you. They're putting it on the TV about some damn life alert.
Okay.
But they're not telling you how much it costs to bury your
Mhm.
loved one. They're not
Right.
Right.
telling you how much it costs for that box to put your loved
Hmm.
one in. They're not telling
Hmm.
you that the daggum obituary in the newspaper costs more than the daggum um box itself. You paying
Hmm.
for
Baby,
a
you gotta
service in
pay
the paper.
line for line when you put that
Hmm.
obituary together. They want
Yes. They don't
line
tell you
per
that,
line.
but they
Hmm.
don't tell you that life insurance really covers you. It covers
Right.
your legacy. It covers your children. Like
Right.
they
Hmm.
don't tell you that. They don't tell you that you can open up a life insurance policy and within years you could live off of that. Live. Live.
That's
You don't
right.
have to
But
die.
that
You
information
don't
was
have to
never meant for
die.
us, Devereaux.
I know it.
You
Mhm.
know, it was never meant for us, and that's why it's so important. And our people really have to get it. If I say anything at all today that hit home, it's that it's not about them anymore. Them
Mhm.
have had on this continent 500 years to do the right thing, and we are losing rights instead of continuing to move forward. I'm not willing to gamble no more with my life or my children's
Nope.
life. It's time for
Nope.
us to unify and start collaborating and building businesses that are going to directly benefit us. They built the system for us. We didn't build this system, they did. And
That's
they
right.
built it and they placed us in this system exactly where they wanted us. And I hear a lot of people saying the system is broke. The system is broke. The system is not broke. And we need to stop saying that. The system is doing exactly what it was
What it's
designed to do.
designed
What
to
it was
Just like you
designed
do.
have,
to do.
Exactly.
yes, and
And
you
people,
have
you
to
have
fight
to
a
tell them like
system.
this. What do you think the project mean? What is a project? It's
Are
an
you talking about JC?
experiment.
That's a
I
question for
about
you,
to
girl.
say an experiment.
Okay, and it worked, didn't it? Those
Yes,
of
it
us that
did.
worked that grew up in the projects, where we
Yep,
at? You
yep,
either still in the
that's
projects
right.
or you a victim of them. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You've been a victim of them. So let's get back to the script, y'all, because we ain't got that much time. Boss man gonna be on all of our lines.
Okay.
Okay.
He done already called twice.
Y'all ain't hit damn one of his points. Look, you in trouble. Look.
Okay, sorry.
We hit 3 of
Yeah,
them.
we
You asked
did.
us to
We
bring the
did. We doing
pipeline.
good. We doing
Okay.
good.
We doing good.
We doing good. We got.
It's hard to just say one thing. This topic is so, everybody's so
I'm
passionate
looking
about
at
it.
it like, okay, now y'all, come on. We got like 10 more minutes.
Okay.
I think we done hit all except
Yeah.
who is he?
Yes. Okay, so let's go to number 2. Okay, we did it. We did say what we did for a living. He
Okay.
says, so what do you think about the new documentary? BossMan JMulla, King of the Lost Tribe, is what it say? Is BossMan take the lead kind of guy? Is he a take the lead kind of guy? We talking about Jay now. Uh-oh.
So I'm gonna let Devereaux answer
Devereaux.
that because that's
Yeah.
her husband. From what I've known and how long I've known both Devereaux and Bossman, they are
Mhm.
go-getters. They're out there doing it. They're in
Yes.
the community, talking to the people, dealing with the people, setting up rallies. They're doing things in the community, and they need to be supported for what they're doing. Take this to the next level. So I'm impressed with both of them, and that's all I got to say. So I'm gonna let you take it from there, Devereaux.
Yeah, you know more than I do, sis.
I would say yes. I definitely say yes because honestly, he comes with the ideas. I'd be like, all right, let's do it. Let's run with it. And
Mhm.
honestly, what to expect from the new documentary. So the first documentary was really just his story and how he ended up where he's at. The second is how what he's achieving and how he's coming out of his slavery, how he's coming out of his enslavement. And I
Mhm.
think that you guys need to anticipate tears, real life. Like you guys keep seeing this picture of him and his daughter. I took his daughter
Mhm. You
to
want me to show it?
two weeks ago. That's the first time she's met her dad in 15 years. It's taken 15 years for her to see her dad.
Mm.
So the documentary discussed that. How does it feel to not have your dad around? And then
And I know.
you're in your dad's care through
Mm,
me. You know what I'm saying? And you're talking to your dad more. Like how does that make you feel? How does it and from my perspective as being a wife of a person that's incarcerated, wrongfully convicted. Um
mm,
so it's real life. It's not sugar coated. It is our real life. And
mm.
it is basically showing there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Don't give up.
mm,
Right.
Because so many people give up and they lose themselves by being incarcerated. It's so dark. But he is showing it's a light at the end of the tunnel because we have such a great team behind us. Because honestly, if it was not for these ladies on this phone and the other people in our organization, I've been done lost my mind. I've been done lost it. I
Mm.
would have been lost it because it's
Devereaux,
hard.
Devereaux does a lot. And I mean, she does a lot. She multitasks and she's there. I mean, she's handling it. I'm so proud to be in the company of Devereaux and Boss
Mm.
Man for all of the things that they're doing. I don't know how you juggle all of that. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I told her earlier. I said, "Girl, you better than me," because I
Yeah,
had
okay.
I couldn't do 6 months with a dude. Like I had to, what you gonna be in there for how long? Oh, I can't do this. Look, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't do it. And I'm telling you, like, I mean, but it take a special type of woman and a person. And we're gonna talk about that as we develop, the series on the podcast and everything about, being a wife of an incarcerated person
Yeah.
that's facing life in prison or, or
Mhm.
whatever, and then knowing that, you're their backbone, you're their strength, you're their source of strength. Like if you down, even if you don't feel like it, you got to be up when they call. You got
Man,
to be excited about hearing from them. They don't want to. They can sense that you not with it or something is wrong. And that'll drive a man crazy.
he is very in tune with me, and you are absolutely right. Like he absolutely knows. He absolutely knows, and he always calls when he knows. I can't stand it. Go. I be like, "Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me wipe my tears. thug it out. No, I'm a thug. I'm Queen D. I'm Boss Lady D. You know, figure it out.
Right,
He'll be on
right.
the line like, baby, what's wrong?
Mm,
Well, how we gonna get through it? I don't know how
Mhm.
we gonna get through it. Don't worry about me. We worry about you. We be like,
right.
you my family. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? And I will say that. One thing y'all need to know, he is always about his family. He puts us
Mhm.
first.
mm,
And I
Even on the conference calls that we have with Boss Man, he's constantly asking people, are they all right? How was your day? What do you need? How's the family? I mean, literally every day. You couldn't
mm.
ask for a better person to work with because
yeah,
it's true love that's coming out and you know it's genuine.
absolutely.
Genuine, yeah.
Mhm.
That's the main thing. That's what I felt, when he approached me to do the podcast. I was like, okay, I'm like, I said, I really don't do this type of stuff, but I will try, because I am an advocate for political prisoners, people in the Black Panther Party that are still behind the bars.
Mhm.
And I get to interview. I have interviewed some of them before as well too, and I want to get them back. You know what I mean? I want to bring that awareness back that we still have political prisoners that are incarcerated that have not
Mhm.
even seen a judge, ain't never even been to court. They've been in there 30, 40 years.
Mm-mm.
God, they have never
Mm-mm.
even been convicted,
Mm-mm.
have not even been and are innocent, but they are sitting because nobody is making the effort to tell their stories.
Mhm.
Nobody is bringing their stories to the forefront. I mean,
Mhm.
it's people that they trying, but it's not gaining momentum, not enough, not
Yeah.
enough that need, for from our community, and
Mhm.
then now people, I hate it when they say, well, let them deal with it. No, we got to deal with it.
That's right.
We
That's
got to
it.
deal with this,
Yeah.
just like we got missing. I mean, I'm gonna get on missing children too.
Mhm.
That's our problem. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Our black and brown kids,
Thank you.
are
Thank
we
you.
looking for them? You
We
know,
are worth so much money to these white folks. It's not even funny.
Ooh.
oh
Our
my
organs
goodness.
are so important to them.
Yes,
Mhm.
That's why they
Mhm.
poison us. That's why we diabetic and got cancer and all this other stuff.
they trying to hurry up
Mhm.
and kill us so
Yep.
they can
Mhm.
use our organs.
Hmm.
Yep.
I'm a
But we have to
diabetic, so
mm,
I know exactly. And it's the meat. This meat ain't real. The food ain't real. You got processed food. We haven't
everything.
eaten real food in about 20 years.
Mhm.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Everything we eat is processed, overcooked, or undercooked, or not even consumable.
Right.
Mhm.
Saying, and I didn't even think I ate terrible enough to be a diabetic, but my mom was diabetic. So
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? It's hereditary. It's a gene. And then I heard something today that was like, once you become a diabetic, your DNA change. I'm like, what?
Mhm.
You know
Yeah,
what
But
I'm
but
you
you
can
can
stop that. You can
saying?
change it.
you can reverse that
You can
though.
reverse it
You can
because they
reverse
called
it.
me a diabetic, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not going down there." I saw what happened to my mother, and I was not going down that road.
No, me either.
You
I'm
know.
not
We
doing that
that's
every day.
that's definitely a topic for another session. We would
Mhm.
Yeah,
absolutely do a session on diabetes.
Right.
Um,
yeah.
no, we're not. Nope.
Not
Nah.
today.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so we're not gonna hold y'all all night. It's 9 p.m. and we did get the introduction done. Yay!
Yay,
Woo!
Lady! Thank you so much.
And we
For
still got
having us.
stuff to talk about because we have talking points. So, but this is just an introduction. If you guys want to know more about either of the programs that we talked about, if you want to help develop a program, if you want to
Mhm.
collaborate with us, because I'm definitely collaborating with Boss Man Family because this is
Yay.
what I have been doing on my
Mhm.
own,
Mhm.
here in Washington, D.C., and with other people here and there sporadically. But this is not just a moment, this is a movement, y'all.
Absolutely.
The
Yes.
Boss Man Family movement, and we putting boots on the ground.
Mhm.
Come on,
And
strap them up. Come
okay,
on. We
all
need
right,
you. Come
laces
on, baby. We
together,
need you.
come on. You know what I mean? This ain't Black Lives Matter. This all lives
All
matter.
lives
All
matter.
lives matter. Mhm.
Okay. And we have food programs. What else y'all got going on? Deborah?
And, go ahead, Deborah.
We
Uh-huh.
have
You want me to
a
go?
clothing. We have a
Yeah, you
clothing
too.
drive.
Both of y'all. Go ahead.
We have food programs, we have clothing drives, we have supplies. If you need it, just really just come to us. Like we help whoever needs help. It's no problem at all.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Deborah has a food program. Like I said, we
Mhm.
have a mentorship. We have a art youth program in Mississippi where kids are allowed to get their frustration out by drawing, and we display it. So we have a lot of different opportunities because we know they ain't helping us. They closed
Mhm.
down. If you really think about it, they closed down all the youth centers.
Of
Ain't no boy,
course.
ain't no boys and girls club like it used to be.
Mm-mm.
Ain't no
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
rec centers like it used to be. So that's what we do. So we do things online and in person.
And both of them. We have a digital platform. We focus on social economic development in the
Hmm.
communities, building systems that are going to speak directly to the people that are in the community, because
Yep.
some of them have to be customized. We have 21 different business modules like Vantage Point, air ground security operated by drones. We have initial defense, which is a legal service that's going to do representation for the people in the community right when they're incarcerated, to stop that pipeline of them throwing the book, everything at them, and our people pleading out because they're scared they're going to get 40, 50 years when they really don't have a case, you know.
Right.
But
Mhm.
Right.
because of fear, fear taxes and fear mongering, then you have people that go ahead and plead out. So those are some of the things that we do. Devereaux told you what BossMan is doing. We do this together. We're here to undergird our community.
That's
Absolutely.
right. All right. Thank you guys so very much. Is it a website that you want to drop or
Yeah,
contact
absolutely.
information
So
that I
Devereaux,
can use?
do you want to drop your website? Because what I want to do is make sure that everybody that's talking on this program is working through you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So do you want to drop yours, or do you want me to drop mine?
Drop yours because ours is under construction.
Okay, so I'm gonna drop primarygroupinc.org. That's our nonprofit arm. The beta, the live beta testing that we're getting ready to do is through another website, and that's the name of the project. I don't want to drop that one until we release. We're going to be releasing in probably the next 7 days.
Okay.
That's going to be a limited release because we're pulling out all of the kinks and we're making sure everything is done. So that's why we're going to have steering committees, and we're calling for leadership, people that want to roll up their sleeves and actually start building tangible impact and
Right.
systems directly in their community.
But I
So you
will
can
drop
go
my
to
phone
primary
number.
group.
I
Hmm?
will drop our phone number too, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can go to primarygroup.org and you can see our nonprofit website, but that is not the project that I'm talking about. This specific project is a huge project, and we invite everybody out there that has a heart for mass incarceration, people who have been impacted by the criminal justice system, to get involved. Devereaux's BossMan's organization, and we are at undergirding them, I'm sorry, from an administrative standpoint. So go
Mm-hmm.
there and look at that, primarygroupinc.org.
And then our
Primary Group Inc.
Yeah, PRIMARY group, GROUP, and then INC.org.
Okay.
phone number, we have two phone numbers. Is 330-268-1036, and then 234-738-3051. If you want to donate, if you need help, if you just want to talk and be like, hey, how can I get active? You can
Mm.
call us. You can get on the
Repeat that
website.
one more time. Let me see.
234 seven
Mm.
eight 3051. And then
Okay.
another one is 330-268-1036.
And then what they can also do, Devereaux, is sometime tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, I'll be sending all of that over, and then you can send that to Janie. Anybody that wants
Mm.
to get involved with the National Task Force and actually building, you'll be able to get that information from Devereaux in the next 48, 72 hours. Okay?
Mm-hmm. National Task Force, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. That is good. That's a good talking thing. Um,
I'm so glad y'all joined us today. I'm so
Definitely.
glad y'all
Thank
were
you
here.
everybody that tuned in. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, this is gonna be a series. This is, we here and then ha ha, but this is serious business that we're at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about people's lives here. This is
Yes.
their life. It's not a joke. It's not a game. We have got to do something now. We have really got to seize the time now so we can get things done for the future. You know what I'm saying? If you want a better future, you gotta build it
That's
today.
right. Better
Absolutely.
quality of life.
For and that's gonna go on for the rest of your life. You
Mhm.
know. So just one more thing, because I don't want to say I ain't do my part. Look, okay. Look,
You can blame us. We got to talk.
right, okay. I don't want to say I didn't say what I was supposed to say. Okay, because this is a really good point from Boss Man Jay, and I think we can, if it's nothing else, we can end it with this. And it says, Boss Man Jay, because I can't see y'all. Hold on. Quotes Luke 19:9 through 10. That's Luke, the book of Luke,
Mhm.
19:9 and 10. He says, today salvation has come to this house because this man too is a son of Abraham. For the Son of Man came to seek and to save the last. All right, now you better preach, boy.
Okay.
Do you think this test was hard for JUC to accomplish? Absolutely, brother. We
Mhm.
know that you are the Son of God. You are,
Yes.
and we know that you are on a greater mission. And I read something earlier today and I posted it. It says, I was sent here to do something greater than you liking me. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like
Yeah.
Y'all about to
my
make me
mission.
cry.
You know what I'm saying? What God sent me here for is greater than you liking me. I don't need you to like me.
Thank you.
Okay?
Mhm.
I don't
Mhm.
need your approval. He don't need us to like him. We don't like what's happening to him. We don't like what they have done to him. But because of his sacrifice,
Mhm.
it's life. Other people's lives are going to be changed,
That's
and they're
right.
going to be touched
Mhm.
because of him. And I breathe that right there. I breathe
Mhm.
that there, bro. And I know that's hard. It's a hard pill to swallow, but I feel you, brother. And we just want to
Mhm.
encourage you all. We want to know that
He's
you have
selfless.
our support. This is
Mhm.
not an easy task. This
No,
ain't easy at all. It's
he's
not
Mhm.
very,
easy.
very selfless. Like
He's very selfless,
he is very selfless, and he means that. He
Yeah.
will absolutely sacrifice himself for
Mhm.
others. People that I feel like don't even deserve it. I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes
Right.
people just don't deserve that shit. Okay,
Mhm.
Right.
stuff. My bad.
That's
Listen,
cool.
but he would lay down for others, and he's so selfless, and I commend that. But then,
Mhm.
as his wife, I be so angry. But
Yeah. But you gotta understand.
I
The,
understand. But like, sir,
right.
dang, like But for real, like he means that wholeheartedly, and
Mhm.
that's why I cry happy tears and sad tears at the same time because
Mhm.
he means it. He's very genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
very genuine. He's very selfless. He
Yeah, he's very sincere about, when he's speaking. He commands your attention when he
Yeah.
talks. Brother, cold brother. I was
And he
like,
motivates.
his cold brother. I'm like, whoa, okay, And then with him being my Panther brother, I owe him this to tell his
Mhm.
story and
Mhm.
to be his comrade. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference when
Mhm.
you in the street, him, you running around with him, whatever. But when you know that your plight is for the people and you
Mhm.
you are doing this wholeheartedly and selfless, it's easier for you to give in and come forward and say, okay, I'll help you. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I believe in what you're saying. You're
Yes.
not coming
Yeah.
at me with no game. Ain't no game being ran right here. This is our people we're
Yeah.
Right.
talking about. This is the youth we're speaking on. These
Mhm.
are incarcerated people that need their stories to be told.
Absolutely.
And they need us to develop these programs, and that's what
Mhm.
we're doing. Okay.
Absolutely.
So Miss
I
J,
am
go
I'm
ahead.
honored to be a part of this organization. I'm honored that Jenny, that you allowed me to come on to the show with
Yeah.
Devereaux. Devereaux and Bossman are so awesome. But I just wanted to say on behalf of Primary Group and the system that we developed, we appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. And let's do this together.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Together we can do it. Anything you want to say, Miss Queen D?
I will say this. Can you drop my the email address? Because if you have a loved one and you want their story out there and you need somebody to advocate for them, I'm all for it. So the email is Jovon's Unified Community at gmail.com. I'm done crying. I'm getting off.
Girl, tears are good. God made tears for a reason. Ain't nobody mad.
That's right, honey. We're gonna be happy to when we get him free, when we
Mhm,
free our people. And if y'all know my tagline is
mhm,
this:
mhm,
until all of us are free, ain't none of us
mhm,
free. I can't
mhm,
even
For
sleep at
real.
night till my brothers get free. Until they free them all.
For
that's
real.
Okay?
right. Mhm,
Until they free them all, y'all. And we just thank y'all for your time. We're not
mhm,
gonna hold you any further.
mhm.
Let me put this up, make sure I got it on there. The website is up there. Is that right? Jovon Unified Community at gmail.com.
Yes.
All right. Now,
Anybody that wants to get involved with helping to build systems, use that email that Devereaux just gave you. Use that email.
with
Yep.
South Bend, Tania, that you see it, it's Jovon Unified. She said, what's the email again?
Jovon's Unified Community at gmail.com.
Okay. All right now, and y'all look forward to seeing us next Thursday night. Well, I think I do have I have somebody booked next Thursday, but we're gonna work on another date coming forward. I'll send the invitation out and everything, and I just look forward to working with you all and building with you. You know, on whatever levels we can get on, whatever level you need. Thank you. Thank you
Good.
so much for your time. Thank you for coming on Bossed Up Radio Show. Brother Jay, keep your head up, brother. All
And
power to the people,
power to the
and
people.
free them all.
That's
Free them.
right.
Free ball.
Yeah,
For
don't
real.
go nowhere, y'all. I'm just going to end it. Okay.